This is Mr. Hornsby83 with a brand new YouTube show called Mr. Hornsby83 Topics. And today I will be talking about, as you can tell from my title build, wrestling. Now, I've been a big fan of wrestling since I was like 2 years old, and I've watched it up to the current state. And today I will be talking about what I like about wrestling right now and what I dislike. And first off, one of the major things I want to talk about that I dislike about wrestling, and I know people are going to probably hate me for this, is John Cena and what they're doing with him. I mean, God, how many times can they give this guy the title before he, gives up? I mean, it's just ridiculous. The guy's matches ain't that very entertaining. He gets beat up half the match and then comes back at the end and wins it. The guy really shouldn't even be champion anymore. They should move on, get some younger talent in there, make younger talent champions. It's time for a new face of the company. And what I've been seeing recently is they're starting this feud with Ryback and Cena, which might be interesting, but I'm not too thrilled about it because I don't like neither one of those guys. Ryback to me is a Goldberg wannabe, and I will never like Cena as long as I live. But, a lot of the other things they're doing in WWE is pretty interesting, except for the Triple H, Brock Lesnar dragging out that storyline. That's, that would have been exciting to see 10 years ago as opposed to right now at current times. They were both kind of still in their primes at their time, and they both could give a lot of good matches. But now Brock Lesnar, he acts more like an MMA fighter who just sits there and wants to keep doing the Kimura lock over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's really boring. Brock, wrestle the way you used to wrestle when you first came to WWE. I know I might be sounding like I'm ripping off some other YouTube channels and that, but I'm really trying not to. And, what they're doing with their mid-card titles is just, I mean, I like they might be sparking a feud with Antonio Cesaro and Kofi Kingston. That would be pretty interesting. Their match Monday was pretty good. So that's pretty interesting. But, right now I'm not too satisfied with WWE with the way they're treating their titles, the way they're treating their talent. They're just wasting a lot of talent. They're giving guys shots that don't deserve shots. I mean, one good thing they have done, though, is with what they done with Dolph Ziggler. Him winning the world title. It's a new face. Might bring credibility back to that title because, the title hasn't had much credibility in recent moments. But, what can you do? WWE's gonna be WWE. But now I'm gonna talk about TNA and what I think about their company. And, I like what they might be possibly doing with the AJ Styles thing, and kind of remind me of Sting in '96 when NWO just tarnished his reputation and all that, and now people are thinking, oh, is he going to join Aces and Eights, or is he going to be with TNA, or will he join Daniels and Kazarian? Anyway it goes, it should be interesting, and I hope and pray they don't botch this up by, making him go to Aces and Eights and all that, with the way they're playing out the storyline. Like, so one of the guys from Pro Wrestling Pulse, which I'm a big fan of that show because they sound like real fans. They don't sound like these freaking sheep these sheep WWE fans or these sheep TNA fans or, all that. They actually are true fans, and that's what I like about them. But they said there's a possibility that they might be doing the Dark Knight trilogy, which that would be pretty interesting with the fact that, all the stuff that's been going on with AJ, they tried to make him look like he was cheating on his wife, tried to make it look like he was doing drugs and all that stuff, and all the stuff, which, if they do turn out to do that, that'll be a pretty good interesting storyline. It'll be like with Sting when he was trying to be like the Crow, and you know, for people who know, if you remember what the Crow is, but you know, and you know, I like the fact that you know they revealed that you know Aces and Eights leader was Bully Ray, which I kind of figured it was gonna be right around the time he started doing this stuff with Brooke. Like, I bet it's gonna be something where he turns on Brooke and turns out to be the leader to get the title and all that, which I was pretty satisfied with. And well, but yeah, they got some really good stuff going on right now. They're traveling, they're not staying in Florida in the Impact Zone like they have been, and you know, they're traveling to other cities. By the way, I'd like to see them come back to Cincinnati again, because I know a lot of people didn't like the lockdown where they had in Ohio, but I actually liked it. Me and my son went to it, and I thought it was pretty interesting. The best part was when AJ came out and just beat the crap out of everybody that was on the heel team, which that's been a couple years, so I can't remember everybody that was on the team. I know he did it just to get Christopher Daniels, which I like that. And you know, it's the 4 pay-per-view things, you know, from what I've been hearing, the pay-per-view still ain't been that good. But, you know, hopefully they get better with the fact that they only do 4 a year now. And, you know, that would be nice. I mean, they're doing these one-night only things, which is pretty interesting, you know. With my budget, I can only order 2 pay-per-views a year, so I've decided it'll be WrestleMania and Bound for Glory, but I didn't order WrestleMania this year because I got the Royal Rumble, because I knew what was going to happen. I knew it was going to be Rock Cena 2, which that was a bunch of BS with the fact that last year it was once in a lifetime, now it's redemption versus the title, and you know, and that's another thing I want to talk about. I'll talk about that later in the video, about what I felt about WrestleMania and the predictability, and you know. But now I'm moving on to probably a company that's probably not as big as these other 2 I just talked about, and that is ROH Wrestling, Ring of Honor. I watch it every Saturday night. It's very entertaining. A solid hour of non-stop action, which is what, you know, we need in this wrestling world. It's kind of reminiscent of ECW, except for they're not extreme and they don't hit people with chairs every 5 minutes, you know. They wrestle and they have good matches, and you know, I mean, I like what happened with the Briscoe thing, with him winning the title, but it looks like they're going to put like the TV title on the other Briscoe, which, you know, a lot of people probably like. I mean, it don't matter to me who's television champion, as long as they're a good champion and they're very entertaining matches in that. But I gotta wrap this up. But I want to get my thoughts on WrestleMania real fast. And yeah, I was really disappointed. I wasn't able, like I said, I didn't order it. I looked up the results on WWE.com because of the, you know. But you know, like a lot of people were hoping, I was hoping for a Cena heel turn. It would have been more interesting to change things up and take the company in a new direction with WWE, but you know, they just wanted to stick with the same old Superman stuff with Cena. I mean, maybe they should make something where somebody makes some kryptonite and, you know, takes it to the match and attacks Cena. And, you know, just hits him with the kryptonite and it weakens him and he's like, oh, I can't handle. But, and you know, I heard the CM Punk Undertaker match was pretty good, which if I would have ordered WrestleMania, that would have been the main match I wanted to see. I heard I seen that the Triple H Brock Lesnar, I heard it was a pretty decent match. But still, like I said, Brock Lesnar Triple H would have been more appealing to me 10 years ago as opposed to today. Both them guys are past their prime. You know, but Brock Lesnar is not the same Brock Lesnar he was back in the day. And you know, so in closing, you know, I will be ordering next year's WrestleMania unless they do Rock Cena 3, and then no way. Thanks for watching my show. If you like this video, leave a like. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. You know, I hope I get some subscribers. You know, I really would like to do this for the fans. I would also like to put out there that, you know, if there's a topic you want me to talk about, I will talk about it. My next topic show, I'm thinking it'll probably be about anime or sports or something like that. I'll think it up. But thank you for watching. Please subscribe. And if you like the video, please click like. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.